Hey, it is yours truly, Dr. Shamika Dean, and I want to talk to you today about 5 subtle signs that your next success strategy is actually spiritual. And so many times we get caught up in trying to operate in our skills, using strategy, just relying on ourselves to get to that next level. And we wonder why the things we're doing are not working. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, especially for the high achieving woman, because you are used to pushing through challenges. When things get hard, you push harder, you pray harder, you persevere. That is in you because you are a driver. You are not used to failure. You are not used to being told that you can't do something. And so your natural instinct is to do more. And so when you're in this space of stagnation, you've probably tried a few things. You've probably tried exploring new habits. So you go and you try a new hobby or something like that. You've probably tried embodiment practices, right? You're just trying to make sure that you are being more in this moment. You've probably taken extended breaks, like going on a sabbatical, shutting down social media, creating more boundaries in your life. Or one of my favorites, which is embracing imperfection, right? We don't have to do it perfect. We just need to do it. Just get it done. All right. And so if you've experienced those things, but you are still finding yourself with a lingering sense of emptiness, persistent dissatisfaction, or a loss of passion, it is because your next success strategy is not practical. It is spiritual. Now let's get into these 5 subtle signs so that you can recognize them in your own life. 1, perpetual business. You fill your calendar up with things to do. You call it organization. You call it being prepared. You call it being proactive and planning. And so every space on your calendar is filled with something for you to do. But let me share this with you. When you are operating in perpetual busyness, you are actually avoiding sitting with yourself, because sitting with yourself requires you to deal with the reality of the things that you are running from. The second sign is sudden emotional disconnect from yourself and the ones you love. Now, this is very tricky because you often consider this burnout, right? We always want to blame it on something else other than what it really is. But what you find is that there's like this emotional numbness. You're not happy, you're not sad, you are just there. But that is also a very telltale sign that you are experiencing the need for blah, blah, blah. But this is actually a telltale sign of spiritual dryness. The third subtle sign is that success feels hollow. You are no longer fulfilled by the work that you know you were put on this earth to do. So you are basically going through the motions of just doing it. It's something else on your to-do list. That fire that you once had has fizzled out and you're wondering why. And so now you're showing up just so you won't get fined, right? You're doing it because you have to do it, not because you actually desire to do it. The fourth sign is spiritual stagnation. So this is where you are attending church every week. You are listening to your morning devotionals. You are praying every day. You've tried fasting. You've done all of the things that are supposed to keep you spiritually sharp and growing. However, you are doing all of these things and nothing seems to be happening. When you read the word, it's just like reading a book that you are not interested in. Nothing is jumping off of the page. You're not feeling fulfilled the way that you want to. You may even be feeling abandoned by God. So spiritual stagnation is also one of those subtle signs that we often overlook. And the last one is when you begin to sacrifice your personal time, your self-care, and or your spiritual time for work. So now what you're doing is you are filling in a void or a vacancy with practical things when you actually need to be spending that time to pour into yourself, to grow, to evolve, and to develop. So let's go through these 5 things again. So number 1 is perpetual busyness. Number 2, sudden emotional disconnect from yourself and or your loved ones. Number 3, your success feels very hollow. Number 4 is spiritual stagnation. And number 5 is sacrificing your personal and spiritual time and filling that time with doing things. So filling that time with work. Now, if any of these things resonate with you, I want you to let me know in the comment section below. Which one of these really made you think and realize, oh my God, the success strategy that I'm seeking for is not practical, it's actually spiritual. And like always, that's all I have for today. I will be back when I have something else to say.